Hey guys, it's been a while. I've been pretty busy with a lot of different things, so sorry that I've been away, but yeah, doing a full-time job and also running a few different projects in my own time, trying to write, I'm trying to finish up a cookbook that I've actually been working on, and also trying to work on the story that I've been writing for a couple of years now. It took a few years to develop and also kind of think about and plan, and actual writing is also taking a while. But I wanted to come back with a video to basically showcase the drawing of one of my original characters for this story, and also just take the time to talk to you about it a little bit. This is one of the first characters that I designed, one of the first two, and I just felt like drawing her the other day again, so I was playing around digitally because up till now I've only drawn her just with pencils and colors, like color pencils and such, but this was the first time I was putting her on digitally, so I thought I'd take this chance and just explain to you a little bit about her sort of inspirations and like things about her in this story. So let's get right into it. So Raihon is an original character to a story I'm writing called Rising. Without giving everything away, she was found by Lucio on one of his exploring expeditions, not too many days' journey away from his village. The cave he found her in had been grown over and sealed by strange crystals. Her conscience fairly actively interacts with Lucio in some form of light projection, though she is bound within the cave. The touch of Lucio happened to be the trigger she needed to be released from a stone egg state, much like a chrysalis in stasis. And when she is freed, the stone egg shines brightly and unravels like a strip, while kind of forming into her, kind of like the building blocks of her, if you will. And when she floats down to land in his arms, she is unconscious. When she awakes, she has no memory of her time as an egg, and as a result of being a lost child and important artifact or remnants of a long-lost civilization, Lucio ends up bringing her back to the village. And here she meets the majority of our main characters, being one herself. She learns more about her DNA type to discover more about her origin, which eventually turns out to be much more complicated. And as she builds a love and trust for her newfound family, she also begins to have like lucid dreams, frequently of paddling a boat through a foggy sea, lined with doors on both sides. And among these countless doors, there is only one that started off partially open, but immediately shut on her as she got close. Ever since then, she felt a strong urge to track the door that shifted locations every time she dreamt, but it was always locked. Something to mention about this world, if it hasn't become apparent yet, animal-inspired humanoid species are pretty much the dominant people, if not all of them. And at some point, their DNA were influenced by various forces of nature, and generation by generation, these traits mutate and produce various abilities. For example, Lucio yields a blue fire DNA, while Raihon has partial blue DNA and light DNA that develops later on. Most young don't harness or realize their abilities until young adolescents. Some are much more complex, like the very rare vessel DNA. These are often overlooked as people with the rare unaltered DNA, essentially with no abilities. However, a vessel DNA is usually dormant until the conditions are right, and will then take on an ability from another person. I'll save this for another video as it is really interesting and can get pretty flexible. So Raihon's name is somewhat inspired by the word lion, specifically the connection of the lion eating the sun in alchemy, with a lot of the personality traits being inspired by its principles of being like incorruptible and noble, loyal, and such. Although like dogs and foxes kind of had more influence over her design. It's just kind of like what came to mind when I was designing her, when I was like thinking about the story and just kind of like a image of her. But yeah, so this is a small taste to introducing one of the main characters in this series I'm writing. I hope you guys like Raihon as much as I do. She's a really cool girl with determination. She's adorable. Until next time then, with another character. Hope you guys liked it. See you.